gave us, and we referred to that as being in the death pattern, being in that death prophecy, in that line of death. And now, just as quick, almost like shifting gears, James has this to say, first chapter of the book of James, verses 16, and we'll wrap up through 18. So don't be misled, my dear brothers and sisters. Whatever is good and perfect comes down to us from God our Father, who created all the lights in the heavens. He never changes or casts a shifting shadow. He chose to give birth to us by giving us his true word. And we, out of all creation, became his prized possession. We, God's prized possession. Don't you love that? I mean, look at James. He switches from this guy who begins to talk about the line of death, from lust to sin to death. And now all of a sudden begins to talk about the fact that we are God's prized possession. He doesn't switch. He is on it. He doesn't change. It's not like he changes his mind. For those of us who love him, those of us who stay the course, those of us who will be under, he's saying these things under the threat and the reality of persecution. Those who are able to stay the course, who have such a conviction of God and a love for God, when you realize what words to say to them who are being persecuted, you're God's prized possession. Remember when the apostles were first beaten after the resurrection of Jesus Christ, these are the same guys who would betray him, but they got to a point in claiming the name of Jesus, that the religious leaders called them in, told them not to speak in this name anymore, and then beat them and sent them away. And they said, what? We count it a blessing to be persecuted, to be whipped, to be beaten for the name of Jesus Christ, for his cause, for his purpose, for his reason. That makes us God's prized possession. No, not that you sit in, high places, which we do. Not that, we are something so special. No, it's what he has invested in us, and it's now what we do and willing to do in his behalf. We're his prized possessions. After all, he gave his son